Sietze de Vries, thank you so much. It was wonderful to see you and listen to you playing.
Thank you.
I have some questions to you. I will ask you, how did you become interested in the organ?
Well, actually, already from my early childhood on, I wanted to play the organ. I actually don't know why, but from that I was able to reach the keys of an organ. I would play all day, and that never stopped actually. So it's kind of in my genes.
There's one particularity that it is improvisation. What led you to specialize in the art of improvisation?
Well, because I played from childhood on, I started with improvising, and you can compare it with speaking a language. A baby learns a language by listening and then copying and then slowly speaking the language. That's how I started playing the organ. So I started with improvisation, and then later I learned, of course, how it worked to read notes and to play other pieces. But improvisation always stayed, so it grew together, playing literature and improvising, and I discovered that it's great fun to make your own music, and for me that's really the pinnacle of music making, if you are able to improvise your own pieces on the spot.
That's interesting because we can see in your curriculum that you give a lot of importance of being a church musician. What does that mean to you? Is it different when you are improvising on a liturgical theme?
Yes, I think the heart of improvising is in the church with the beautiful church melodies. That is what I like to do most. And of course a congregation, the liturgy, it all comes together and then it's really functional to improvise. But also in concerts, I love to do it, but of course you have to fit it in the rest of the program, and in liturgy it's a kind of natural thing to do.
We have one last question. What do you think is the best way for someone to start improvising?
Well, if you compare it again to a language, you have to start with small words, small sentences. So harmonizing is the first step to improvising. So start with simple harmonizations, and from there you can develop it into more complex forms. And I'm convinced that even very complex forms like fugues can be learned. And again, it's the same with the language. You can learn another language even at an older age, that's no problem. It's never going to be as good as your native language, of course. That's the difference. When you start really young, it's going to be the best. But you can still learn it, but like a language, you can still hear it's not your native language. So I'm convinced that everyone can learn how to improvise.
Thank you so much, Sietze de Vries, for your presence here today.
You're welcome, I enjoyed it very much.